is they were taking in truckloads, literally 18-wheelers, semi-trucks, trailers, and Penske trucks full of donations. That is clothing, baby food, diapers, wipes, bottles, binkies, blankets, adult clothes as well. They were taking them into the churches, into downtown Houston, where a lot of these families were hit hard. While they were unloading the supplies, because there was so much supplies coming in, not enough help taking it out and putting it away into the place where they're storing all of the goods. The doors of the front steps of the church literally had box after box after box after box of donations. You guys, y'all's donations that you busted your tail to ensure we had. Thank you. But the Red Cross began to come in. They decided to show their ass, threaten the pastors, threaten the priest, and threaten the good-hearted, hardworking men and women out here that are trying to help out with the devastation that so many of these families are being impacted by after Hurricane Harvey. They began to steal. Yes, I said it. The Red Cross was physically taking the donations from the doorsteps of these churches and putting them into their trucks. Red Cross came to the church with volunteers and began to steal the donations. They were protected. The Red Cross was stealing from people that literally had nothing, not even a shirt on their back or shoes on their feet. And they were protected by Order EO 13603. They were protected by Barack Obama, who signed this executive order on March 16th of 2012. You guys can find this, if you don't believe me, at Obama White House. That's one word. obamawhitehouse.archives.gov. $10 for every $10 that you guys donate to the Red Cross. The victims of Harvey get 90 cents. 90 cents. That is a spit in the face to families such as mine that live right here outside of Houston. We were hit hard. The Red Cross came in, scooped up every single donation that they possibly could. And where are they now? Now that the donations have run out, money has gone dry, they are gone. And we still have families that are left without. Farmers whose crops are contaminated. Children who have not ate in a day or two. People that are literally sleeping in sleeping bags, if they're lucky, under a bridge because they have no home and they can't afford a tent or a sleeping bag. So, it was also brought to my attention, in which I have pictures. Stay tuned for those because they will be released. Everyone knows that I like to have my proof. But I act accordingly and I play my hand wisely. So those will be released when I feel the time is necessary. To expose the Red Cross for the donations that they stole from these churches, took back to their setup shelter. And in the bag, there were 6, count them, 6 dumpsters, blue and green dumpsters. They would go through the donations that they stole from the steps of these churches, brought to them by good people like you. Good people like you. And they were rummaging through them They accepted whatever they could turn around and sell. Yes, sell. They were donated case after case after case of water, and then turned around and sold the water for $1.25 a piece. $1.25 a piece. After they began going through your donations and deciding what was what and separating the two, what they could make a profit off of, they kept. What they could not make a profit off of, they decided to put into these dumpsters, and they were burning your donations. Some of these donations were brand new with tags still on them. And the Red Cross could do that. They could confiscate donations. They could steal donations. Legally, they were protected by Order EO 13603. National Defense Resources Preparedness. Obama claimed authority under the U.S. under the Defense Production Act of 1950, a Korean War era statute, 50 U.S.C. It gives government power to marshal whatever resources they want. You can find this at obamawhitehouse.archives.gov. This executive order was signed March 16th on March 16th of 2012. Run the Red Cross out of Texas. We don't want them. Florida, take a lesson learned. Don't let them in your state. Texas will take care of you. God bless.
In evidence form, because I did say I will qualify everything I say when I show you what executive orders are. There are, since the 1960s, they've been putting in executive orders to take over the planet, which is capturing of petroleum, capturing of every single vessel on this planet, every land, so on and so forth. Most of it's actually on your land at this moment, like Fema camps and so on and so forth. In Britain, they said it was for East Europeans to house them. Nothing of the sort. They are Fema camps. Yeah? What's that place in France? Saint-Gard. Yeah. That's full of security guards. They're waiting for it to fill. In the US, these FEMA camps are already in place. There are thousands of people already in there. Yeah, these camps are for us. They're for you, and so on and so forth. So the executive orders state that they're going to take over under an act of war. By the way, this country now has a military on the land for the first time. They demonstrated that in the Olympics. Yeah. No, British military. There is only one military, it's all, yeah. Okay. So, I'll show you how vast and how powerful the mechanism is that I'm teaching you guys. And you can punch it up on your cell phone as I speak. Executive Order 10995, the entire communications industry, which they have now, by the way. Executive Order 10997, all petroleum, electricity, minerals, which they have now. Executive Order 10988, food resources and farm, Monsanto. Executive Order 10999, all transportation, highways, seaports. Executive Order 11000, government mobilization of civilian work brigades. Hasn't happened yet. Executive Order 11001, all health, education and welfare, which has already taken place. Now, essentially, I've only read out a few of the things. And now comes the double whammy, because they're essentially taking over the entire running of this planet. And now listen to this. Executive Order 11002, Postmaster General, registered persons, full stop. What the hell has a postmaster got to do with taking over the entire planet? It's there, but people don't see it. Because a postmaster has the ability to move through treaty, as long as he's paid for his stamp, to any territory where the UPU is treated with, which is almost every country on the planet.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Very similar to Harvey, there's a unified effort to lean forward to help our
keyword you said very similar to Harvey.
Island partners as well as our CONUS U.S. state partners to achieve their response and recovery goals. Starting with the islands, the goal right now is to stabilize the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico to make sure that we are addressing all life safety and life sustaining issues, and we're in really good position to help them do that. There's great communication with both governors in the island communities, and the objectives are very clear. Emergency power.
All right, pause right there. That's a key word. Emergency power. Definition. Definition of emergency power. Power granted to or used or taken by a public authority to meet the exigencies of a particular emergency, as of war or disaster, whether within or outside a constitutional frame of reference. Do you get that? Power granted to or used or taken by a public authority. Now you need to look, let's find out what this word right here is. Exigencies. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Let's Google it real quick. See, this is what you got to do. Because with all these executive orders being put in place, this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to figure out what they're doing with their lingo, with their babble. All right. An urgent need or demand. Need, demand, requirement, necessity. Urgency, crisis, difficulty, pressure. All right. So what they're telling you is emergency power means have been granted the power to take all resources, anything that they want to take, whether either it's because it's of war or disaster. Well, this is a disaster. That's why they've been steering these hurricanes and feeding them. This is what they're doing. They're bringing us into these Fema camps, these concentration camps. Now let's get back to the video. There's someone else he's got to say.
In restoring power, life-saving, life-sustaining commodities.
Okay, there's another keyword, life-sustaining commodities. So let's look up commodity. What's a commodity? A raw material or primary agricultural product that can be bought and sold, such as copper, coffee, item, material, product, article, object. Check this out. A useful or valuable thing, such as water or time.